What's up, everybody? How's life, says Della in the chat room. Life's great. What happened? What's going on here? My lighting all changed. My lighting. There we go. Hey, Lori. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me? Would be hello in the chat room. How's it going? Look and sound great, says Lori R. Thank you. Trying to stay handsome, I guess. I don't know. Lost and confused. Hey, John. Hey, you. Steffi's here. Jolly G's here. Maximus' mom is here. Yay. Hello, hello. Good. Back at you. My gosh. Harmony in the chat room says hi. And I say hi back. Good. Awesome. Always love our hello from John. Good. I always love a hello from you guys too. And don't forget, I know with Eric having guests on and stuff on his Big Brother Over the Top, you guys can guest in. Oh, other way. Where am I? Oh, you guys can guest in if you want to and chat with me live. Don't be shy. I don't bite unless you want me to. Awesome. Thank you so much. Wiz Khalifa Head. Sanjean says hello. I say hello. Hello, Linda. Hello, J.K. Wells. Oh my gosh. Hey, Zach. How's it going? Oh, that reminds me. Thank you, Maximus' mom. You can click this button right here. Invite your friends. Invite your friends who watch Survivor. We're talking last week's Survivor and what a doozy it was. Okay, we've got so much to talk about. So make sure you invite your friends. Kill Me Now says, hey. And I say, hey, back to you. I don't want to kill you now. I don't want to kill you ever. I want you to stay and enjoy the show. UTSA Jennifer, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You've invited everybody. Thank you, Kill Me Now. Woohoo. Invite your friends, invite your family. It's a clean show. It's a clean show for you. Preteen millennials. I don't even know what the next generation's going to be, right? Like, we're on millennials. So that's about it. But we've got tons to talk about with our Survivor Gen X versus millennials. David Thielen's here. Hello, David. I've missed you so. Yes, so good. So you guys can hear me good. Awesome. I'm going to put in an earbud just in case somebody wants to call in. If not, it's okay. I understand. There's some things I'm shy about too. Not a lot. But some. Len L says, anybody know why I don't have any sound? I don't know if you're on a computer or not. You might want to check your volume control. If you're on a PC, it's in that right corner. Check it out. Unmute it. You might even have to switch the sound. So if you are on a PC and you hit that audio button, you can right click on it and then go to sounds and then make sure the little green check circle is on the device or speakers that you're using. Look at me. I'm also provide technical support. Awesome. Everybody's saying hi to each other. That's wonderful. Cool. So I'm going to do the official intro for the YouTube folks that are watching this. Can't hear all that, LOL. So, sound button is magic, says Maddie's S. Yes. So you guys can hear me. Are we all having trouble with that? You've shared. I did. There's little messages coming up from you now of what they want me to do, but whatever. I'm doing my own thing. Doing my own thing. Good. I can hear you. Good. This is Match Girl. Yes. Good. Sparkyell. Yes. Lori, thank you. Okay. All right. So we got lots to talk about. So I'm going to do my little intro. If you hear little construction sounds, they are putting on a roof next door right outside my studio window. So apologize if you can hear that. All right. All right. So here's my official intro. Hey, everyone. John Richardson here with Your Reality Recaps. We are talking everything Survivor on our Survivor pre-show party. This happens every Wednesday, the hour before the actual episode, the next episode of Survivor starts. So 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. We are talking everything about the last episode. And believe me, we need these shows because so much happens in an episode, especially last week. Holy Mother of God. We have other, besides the show, we have other things that we do for Survivor. We have a blog that our own Melissa, our dolphin poet, does, where she has pictures and captions and little thought bubbles, and she's absolutely hilarious. Check that out. Everything's on our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/survivor. So much content, and you can view past shows like this. You can also, too, we have a patron. If you want to become a patron, it helps us with web hosting and all that good stuff. You can become a patron. It gives you access to special shows, special privileges. When you do that, you can join our patron account at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Every little bit helps. We love doing these shows. And as long as we can break even, that is good. All right. So what I'm doing, you guys watching on YouTube, is I'm actually watching a chat room, kind of communicating. We're kind of chatting with folks. So I'm going to do my best because you guys can't see them, unfortunately. But this is just kind of a fun little chatty show. Hey, guys in the chat room. Hey, Rod Carlson. Hello, Maddie W. says in the chat room, in this episode, we are going to talk about the last episode where we have talked of the last, etc. Oh, yeah, exactly. This is just kind of gives you a little reminder, right? Because that episode happened a week ago. This kind of gets you all nice and fresh for tonight's episode happening in less than an hour. I know that I almost have to take a Xanax because these episodes, especially last week's, was so good. So, you guys can also guest call in as well. You can just go to the very top of this, and when you see the 3 tabs where it says guest in, chat with me. I'd love to hear and talk to you guys. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Maximus Mom. You're so generous with your bars. And Jazanique88, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you guys so much. All right, so let's just jump in. We have 4 hours till the next episode. That's right. The debates are on. They're on in a couple hours. So Survivor's been delayed on the East Coast. I totally forgot all about that. I know I'm getting this is the last debate, thank goodness. I try not to watch them, but it's like bad reality shows, right? It's hard to not watch. Oh, yep. It starts at 9 p.m. Because it starts at 6 p.m. here on the West Coast for us. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. So can't wait till the elections are over. That's all I gotta say. Everyone, you guys can vote for whoever you want. You should always vote who's ever going to do the best for you. That's all I'm going to say about that. But I think you guys all know who I'm voting for. Anyway, so Paul got blindsided the week before. Everybody gets back. Thank you, Songy B. Thank you so much. Oh, you love my smiley face. Thank you. The Gen X tribe gets back to their camp. Ginger Chris is mad. Brett's upset. Jessica's trying to cool everybody's heels and be like, listen, you know, you don't know what he said. She's a prosecutor. I thought she could have delivered it a little bit better. Oh my gosh, I love the thing going by. Rod Carlson, congrats, Grandpa. That's right. Rod Carlson, I did see that. Congratulations on having a new grandchild. That's wonderful. It's hard to even... You're at the hospital, Rod Carlson, getting ready to be a grandpa again. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do you see how important the show is? We have people tuning in from the hospital where birth is happening for a family member. Like, you get so much information out of here. Rod Carlson, you are too young to be a grandfather. Yes. You're too young. You look too great. All right, so we get back to camp with Generation X. Jessica's kind of getting attacked. She doesn't really state her case, but she finally tells everyone, listen, I had to do something. Paul said that if you guys ever split, the boys, it would be, you girls are on your own. And they just didn't care. Ginger Chris didn't want to hear it. He was upset. Brett was just, you know, whatever. And everybody was upset about the blind side. And they found out kind of Jessica led it. Now we find out that Jessica feels that, you know, the girls, her, Lucy, Sunday, all felt the same way. But, you know, it was put in their ear by Jessica, which I think was a really smart move as far as for her game. We also got to hear a lot from Lucy this episode, thank goodness. Lucy, if you look on cbs.com /shows/survivor/cast, you know, she doesn't look very happy. She seems very mean looking, but when she speaks, a whole different person emerges. I don't know if you guys caught that. She, yeah, I mean, my whole perception changed as soon as she started speaking. Very sweet, very nice. She's a mother, you know, has a very sweet demeanor to her. Energy's very good. I was really, really surprised. I really liked her. And then later, kind of on with that, you know, Lucy's talking with Ginger Chris and Brett about, you know, because now they're upset. They're upset about Jessica. They don't care about what Paul told them. They're mad because Paul is gone. They're wanting to vote out Jessica, and Lucy's right there with her sweet tone, you know, but she also has a little devious side to her because she's like, listen, you know, whatever you guys want to do, that's fine. But I've got Ken and David in my pocket. So just let me know and I'll put the word out that needs to be done. So it's very interesting. We go from one person kind of being a dictator on the Gen X tribe, Paul, who's voted out, and now it's slowly migrating to Lucy, right? Very, very interesting. All right, so we jump to the Millennials. I love saying the word. You know, I do. Millennials, I think, are very interesting. I think that I finally have gotten to the age where I feel like I'm like my father, like the way he used to look at me, very puzzled because I see a millennial on the street and I almost still call him out. Millennial right there. Just the way they perceive things is just very, very different than how I perceive things. And I love the jokes that they make about Generation X because it's funny and it's true, right? You know, go to school, go to college, go to this, you got to earn this. And then you get what you want, but millennials want it now. So it's really kind of funny. We see Adam. So Adam is kind of a more nerdy a millennial that's kind of aligned with Zeke on that tribe. Finds the idol. It took him a while, but he finds the idol. And he's crying, right? No, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead. Adam finds a clue first, right? He finds the little clue rolled up in the paper, finds the clue, really excited. Now he's got to find the idol. So it jumps to the group of them looking like it looked like an episode of Lost. Did you guys ever watch that TV show where they're all just kind of in a pack, just walking through the forest, and then they look up and they see a goat. And where's this goat coming from? Really? There was typhoons, they were evacuated, but that goat survived. All right, Hannah, go make goodbye. Go to your youth group. Be careful out there, in the chat room. See ya. Thank you. Yes. So we see them all kind of looking. Now, I wish they would have given us more with that, because my first instinct as a Generation X would have been, okay, we got to get that goat, right? We got to either get it, do something with it. I don't know. But they were just kind of looking at it. They were just looking up at it. Didn't really know what to do. I wasn't sure if they were going to climb the cliff. Like, I was really hoping they would kind of jump back to what they were going to do. I mean, we didn't see it later on in their camp. It was kind of just a weird little, I guess, fill-in part information. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. So we see that. So now we jump to the reward challenge, right? And this is a water challenge. And it's with the rings. The ring. I love. This is one of my favorite challenges. I love this challenge. So good. So the reward challenge is, of course, a steak and sausages and vegetables. Maximus' mom in the chat room says, Corey's goat's looking for him. That's all I thought about. Yeah, it just didn't go anywhere. I wanted to see more. I really did. So the reward challenge is all meat, right? I was a little nervous, but they haven't starved that much. Because remember last season when what's-his-name ate the meat and it kind of just swelled up in his stomach and he felt sick and it was like, ugh. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was a good idea, but yeah, there was enough of them to split it up. Like they weren't going to gorge on it. So it was good. So right out of the first challenge we've got, and I didn't realize how big Ginger Chris is. I mean, he's a big guy. And a lot of these millennials, even little skinny David seems to be a lot bigger than some of the millennials, right? So they go in first, and Chris, the millennials are so small. Chris has both of them. He's holding two of them back, while David is just swimming. Swimming to get the ring. Swimming to do this. Oh, I'm going to touch the pole now. I'm going to touch the pole. There we go. There we go. Got it. And scores the point. So hilarious. Maddie and W in the chat room says, I can't stop thinking. D, Generation X. I didn't realize my window's open. And literally the roofers are just staring at me. Hello, everybody. Yeah, he's holding both of the boys. The girls, what was it? Was it Jessica and it was... Or was it Sunday and Cece go against the two millennial girls, and they kind of stayed back while the girls got the ring. But I think they stayed back a little too far because their strategy totally did not work at all. And the millennials, Michaela, in fact, was able to score on the girls. Thank you, Lori. Hey, Annie. Nice to see you. Nice to see your name in the chat room. Yeah. So that strategy wasn't that great. Then we see, oh my gosh, Michaela. Are we just loving her? What do you guys think of Michaela in the chat room? I want to know. So we've got Michaela fighting for the ring. We've got, I forgot which millennial girl, because the Generation X girls are bigger than the millennial girls. And I think she was, one of them had, I think she had both girls, but she had Michaela by the bathing suit strap, right? And girl, she just took that off because she's a winner, okay? Who gonna check me boo? Nobody. What did you guys think of Michaela doing that? Would you take off your bathing suit to win the challenge? I want to know in the chat room right now. All right, we've got Maximus' mom says she's fearless. She lost her to win. Props. Absolutely. Zach in the chat room says, I love Michaela too. Yes, she is the one who lost her top. Yes, Lori, that's who it is. Annie loves Michaela. Heck yeah, says Maximus' mom. Lori says the girl's got guts. And hell no. Lori would not lose her top to win meat. Now remember, Lori, you're starving. So, I don't know. Maybe, could I flash? Could I moon somebody and just throw me a sausage? That didn't sound right. I don't know if that was moon them for a sausage. We'll just keep this PG-13, shall we, John? Comedy Jonah. Yeah, absolutely. I thought she was absolutely fearless to do that and just didn't care and just walked up on the beach just holding herself, or was she holding herself? I can't remember. It was absolutely hilarious. Then we see David and Chris do it again because Michaela scored 2 points, and then Ken, our Ken doll, scored another point for Generation X. And Maximus' mom, I'm sorry, I just like your tweet from last week about Ken because I was scrolling through it really quick to see it. What do we think about our Ken doll, ladies and some gentlemen? Okay, can I get a ho-ho? Can I get a boop-boop and a deep-deep and a burp-burp-burp-burp-burp? Oh my gosh, I just think he is just the bee's knees. Really. He is just... Lori says, I'm a 36 double D. No holding them back. That's true. You could use them as a weapon in the challenge. You know? Or at least sneak a sausage or a steak and just... and just walk away, just whistling. You know, and you could hide. You could hide. Yeah, that's a lot, Lori. That's a lot. So Ken wins one of them too. Ken is just, oh my gosh, he's just my big, just handsome man crush, right? Yeah. Flotation device, Lori. Yeah, absolutely. That would do it. So Ken scores, and then we've got Chris and David that go back out, and Michaela's taught. Let me read my notes real quick. Oh, and so then Chris goes back out there again, and they're having a little bit tougher time because we're out there, and guess who's giving gigantic Ginger Chris a run for his money? Our Zeke. Little furry Zeke is taking on Chris and actually doing a really good job. Kind of got him delayed a little bit. So when skinny pale David was swimming and trying to get the ring, then the other millennial was taking care of him, and it was really close. So we had a tie. We had Michaela, who scored 2 points for the millennials, and then we had Chris and our Ken doll score the other 2. So this was a tiebreaker, and Ginger Chris pulled it out for the team and got everyone meat and sausage for dinner. Annie in the chat room says, I like Zeke. I do too. Annie also says, I would do what she did back when I was perky. I'm a little more floppy now. Well, you can bring a sports bra. I think you can bring support to the tribe, right? Because we see a lot of Michaela, you know, in that pink bra, and already we can tell, right? She's losing weight. I'm going to take this out until somebody calls. We can already tell she's losing weight. Like, she's really not filling out the bra she came with. So I think as I'm touching myself on a live stream, awesome. You could bring support if you needed it. Awesome. Okay, and the best part about that win was you saw the tides, right? So like even when the girls were fighting, we saw the tide. Looked pretty treacherous, I thought, for a competition. And you've got the tide happening, and there's just too many factors. It would have driven me insane. But the one thing that I loved, that after Chris won, Jeff Probst almost got knocked over. Was hilarious. I love when things happen to Jeff Probst. I think it's so funny. And I'm telling you, if they lose Jeff Probst as a Survivor host, they could definitely recruit our Kendall, right? Am I talking okay? Can I get a what in the chat room? Absolutely they can. Or a what in the comments below on YouTube. Yes, Lori R. Those waves were insane. Okay, Laura says, what? That was fantastic. I was hoping for a fall. Me too. I was hoping for a fall from Jeff Probst. Absolutely. All right, so we're back at camp with the Millennials, right? And Adam is looking for the idol because he got the clue earlier on. And he's really nervous that he didn't do very well in the challenge and that he could be targeted to go home. And then he finds out the idol's in a shell. And he's looking around camp. And then we see... How can you not see that shell that has a red tribal thing on it that is your camp? I can't figure that out. Like... On the beach, as much as those Millennials are in the water, really nobody went by that big twisty branch thing, just sitting on the beach and went, well, that doesn't look natural with that shell. You know, maybe that's a clue. Maybe that's an idol. Could they have found the shell with the idol in it without finding the clue? Do they have to find the clue first? I don't think so. In the chat room, lots of Milwaukee talking. Are we all needing a beer? I mean, right? Isn't that where beer's from? I don't know. Milwaukee, Portland, Oregon. I don't know. I don't drink beer. I drink everything else, though. I thought, what do you guys think? Do you think that was weird with the shell having the big red mark on it? It would be so amazing, Maximus Mom in the chat room that said it would be amazing if someone else found... Yeah, they're always on that beach, especially that Figgy and Josh. I almost know all their names. Taylor. Same thing. Josh, Taylor, doesn't really matter. Yeah. It so surprised me. I just was surprised. Zach says no because David didn't need a clue. Oh, that's true. David found it without the clue. You're good, Zach. It's because you're so young with your fresh mind. See, I'm all used up. Not used up, but, you know, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of wisdom here, Zach. So it gets very crowded in my head. So Adam, Goofy Adam on the Millennials, finds the idol, and is it Hannah who's also walking around? Hey, did you find it? Did you find the idol? Hey, Adam, did you find it? What? I was like, oh my gosh, he was trying to hide it, but he's so skinny, and the shell is bigger than him, and he had a tough time cracking it, and I mean... Yeah, I don't know how she did not see it. I think it was Hannah. I should have paused it and really looked. I think it was, because it just seemed very, oh, hi, how you doing? And then we see Adam break down. Very, very sensitive Millennials being out in the wilderness, being out in the wild, right? They're not used to being out in so much nature, I don't think, right? Because they're so technology savvy that... I don't know. So he's crying, and he's found the idol, and, you know, he's saying he's a super fan, but then we learn that his mom's a super fan. Seems like everybody's a super fan. And that he found the idol. I almost thought that he was just going to say, this is my dream come true. I wanted to find the idol. I can go home now. Like, it wasn't. It just was weird. Yep, Maximus' mom says, yep, that's right, his mom. Annie in the chat room says, oh yeah, she just said hi to her. Why didn't she say what is going on? I don't know what that means. Yeah, so he's crying, is upset. It's been a tough journey. What is it, day 10? You've got a whole month there, Adam. If you make it that far, you think day 10's bad? And I know you watch the show because you're a super fan, but, you know, as we've learned from past super fans who have played Survivor, it's a lot different being there than it is watching it from the comforts of your home or studio or device, right? Wherever you are. Be in the hospital, like our own Rod Carlson is. Absolutely. So he's crying, he's very sad, but he's happy. So good for Adam. I like Adam. Then we go swing back to Generation X. And they're all cooking meat. Now we're getting into the meat, people. Literally. They're cooking the meat over the fire. And now we're getting into the meat of the episode. And this is all just a recap, you know. We just all have fun with it. So we've got them, and we learned that, you know, Lucy kind of takes our Ken doll aside, and David. Okay, so just to interrupt myself, because, you know, oh, we've got a guest that's coming in. All right, so the meat of everything. Okay. We have Kevin Kissed. All right, let's see how we can do this. All right, we're going to guest you in. Let's see if this works.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. Do you watch Survivor?
Yes.
You do. Can you tell me how do you pronounce your name?
Gavin Kissed.
Gavin Kissed. Okay, so I got it right.
Yeah.
Good. So did you enjoy this last week's episode?
Yes.
You did. What was your favorite part?
I don't know. There's so many good ones. There are in every episode.
Oh my gosh, this was such a good episode. Who is the person that you are picking? Who's your favorite?
I don't know.
Who did you not like, but you like better now? I know.
I'll have to think about that one. That one's...
It's a toughie.
Yeah.
So I like David better. That goofy, kind of pale guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was very paranoid at first, but now he seems to have adapted better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Have you, are you on YouTube?
We're on YouTube, Reality Recaps.
Yeah.
YouTube.com, yeah.
I thought I've seen you on there. My channel is the Freak Fangirls. You probably haven't seen it. It's not very popular.
So what is on your YouTube? What do you do on YouTube?
We make covers and things like that.
Like singing covers?
Yeah.
Really? Can you sing something for us now?
I don't know.
I'll dance. I'll be your backup dancer.
I am a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan. When we're bored, we play in the woods, always on the run from Captain Hook.
Bravo! That sounded so good. You're so talented.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness. So cool. So are you excited? I know it's the Survivor show is going to be a little later tonight because of the
Yeah.
presidential debates. Now, you know, what generation are you? You're not a millennial. Are you? What are you called?
I'm a Gen X.
You're a Gen X, like
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
you
so.
look
yeah.
a lot younger than I do.
Well, yeah, I am.
What soap do you use?
Well, I just act more like a Gen X than really. Yeah.
You seem very mature for your age.
Thank you. I'm
Younger
actually.
than-
I'm only 11.
Yeah, you're very young. Does your parents know that you're on sites like this and stuff?
Yeah, I'm allowed to. It's actually
Okay.
my cousin's YouTube channel. She gives me permission. My parents know and everything.
Okay, good. Well, this is a safe place, so I just want you to
Yeah.
know that. Okay, because have you seen our shows before?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we're good. Yes, and we've got lots of witnesses in the chat room, so everybody's good. But
Yeah.
good. So, what are you expecting about tonight's episode of Survivor? What are your thoughts? We know that they're going to drop the buffs because Generation X is being annihilated, right? With
Yeah.
all the people they voted out. Who do you want to see on what team?
I just don't know.
I know.
Yeah, it's just. It gets really confusing after a while.
It does get confusing.
Yeah.
Well, anything else that you want to talk about?
I actually have to go here in a second. So
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry at all. And thank you so much for calling in and thank you for watching. We love you. I don't know what happened. I think I made her nervous. I don't know. Am I doing that? What a sweetie. David Thielen, what are you saying? You're in this chat room, but I can see you're watching someone else. What's going on? What's happening? All right, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm reading that correctly. What a sweetie. Wow. I'm just glad she's got permission to watch. Oops, yeah. So happy. She walked in the wrong room. Sorry, my computer shut down. No worries, Gavin Kiss. You are adorable, and we all need to check out your YouTube channel. You're absolutely super sweet. So thank you so much for being brave enough to call in. And we can't wait to hear your thoughts. So I was just about to talk about David. He drove us crazy the first few episodes. He was paranoid. He couldn't do anything. He was hammering. He was covering his ears. Oh, I can't hear it. It's so loud. Now David's getting his momentum, I think. You know, I think being an ally with Ken in an alliance, I'm telling you, that would help me too. I would just feel safe and balanced, and I would just curl up and just nuzzle up in his armpit and just, you could go to sleep. It'd be fine. Yeah. Yes, I think that has really, really helped him with this game. Absolutely. So David's doing great. And I even like the beard. Like, he's growing the beard. I like it. He's looking much better. I think he's even getting a little sun. So I think that's good too. Right? Absolutely. It's all good. So, let me look at my notes real quick, everybody. So we've got Lucy telling, okay, so that's where we were. So we've got Lucy telling Ken and David who to vote for. Now, what do you guys think about what Lucy did? Do you think that she was a little too blunt that we've learned. Maximus' mom says David can't afford to lose any more weight. Yeah. Absolutely. No, David needs some protein. He needs to eat some of that meat that they won. The attorney's lady's name, Annie, is Jessica. She goes by Jess. Guest me in, please, says Noel. I don't know how to do that. You have to do it yourself, and apparently it's kid day on YOUNOW. But that's okay. We like kids. As long as they're there and we can't, touch or whatever. I didn't sound right. You guys know what I mean. So Lucy tells them in her sweet little voice, because I think Lucy's really sweet, but she's really blunt, and says, we're waiting for Jessica. Don't tell anyone. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. Don't blink at anyone. Just stay on the beach. Don't even talk to anyone. I don't want you near anyone, is basically what she said. And yeah, I could see how it could be rubbed the wrong way. And then in her sweet little tone, as she's talking with people, she's just like, I have to be that way. I'm like that at home. And Ken has a lot of emotions like a woman. So I feel like I gotta be a little more stern with him. What's that? Like, so it was Lucy the man, and she's got to be sterner with Ken because he's more like a woman. I was like, what? No one go and check me, boo. Okay? There's lots of stuff going on in the chat room. Sorry, I keep getting distracted. Rod Carlson is here. Keeps dropping me out. Well, we're so glad you're here, Rod Carlson. And please make sure you tweet out a picture. We want to see what your grandchild looks like. That's awesome that's happening. And right now, too. And it's technology. It's all live. All right. So Kendall is not happy. Tells David, listen, I am not happy. I don't think it's right. Nobody tells me what to do. Da-da-da-da-da. And, so Noah, Ian, Rucker in the chat room. I don't know how to do it. You do it yourself. So he's not very happy. So he likes Jessica because, he thought, she made a good move. She went against her alliance. He made Jessica kind of look at Paul differently and go, hey, you know what? Yeah, we're an alliance and things are good, but as this goes on, things could change. So, he thought maybe I'm going to let her know. He thought they were kind of cool with it. So our Kendall tells Jessica what's going on. Or no, they haven't told each other yet. All right, so we got to jump to the immunity challenge. Adam sits out, who has the idol. Everybody's pulling those numbers in. I wasn't sure if Gigantic Ginger Chris was the best choice because they were having to pull him up on that bench thing. But he was fast. He was super fast. And between Chris and Ken and then skinny little David, they got all those numbers down. And, applause, says Linda W. Thank you. Pulls those numbers down. They got a slight advantage over the Millennials. Then everybody's ripping those numbers apart, trying to figure out that gigantic phrase. Really? Like, that must have took forever. Like, they kept breaking it apart. Okay, 30 minutes and 45 minutes. And then it's like, oh my gosh, that would have been insane. And then what happens? Zeke, right there. Oh, it's somebody, whatever the phrase is, somebody. And they just finished and completed, and the Millennials won the immunity challenge. I mean, Zeke, what an asset. Jeez. So, did great in the reward challenge as far as his part, even though they didn't win. And guess the clue. Oh my gosh. So Zeke wins it for them. So now we're back at the camp. Lucy, aka Tiger Mom, right? That's her new hashtag. Is, you know, she told Ken about, you know, what the strategy was and who to vote for. Ken wasn't happy. He feels he owes Jessica something, so Ken tells Jessica. And our prosecutor attorney is like, no, would never happen. So Jessica then goes to Lucy and says, Ken says this. And Lucy is pissed. Finally, that mean face is actually being mean. It means mean. So she's upset after Jess tells Lucy. Then Ken confronts Lucy about it, and they're pissed, and Lucy's calling him a snitch. And it's all going down, people. It's all going down. It's insane. I was just like, oh my, I barely had any fingernails left. It was insane. So everything is in an uproar. So now we're at tribal council. Gotta get some water. We're at tribal council. It was one of the most exciting tribal councils I've seen in a long time because we don't know what was going to happen. Jeff was asking finally some pretty good questions, and I still couldn't figure out how the votes were going to go. I didn't know who was voting for who. I didn't know what they talked about. It was freaking me out, Mary. It was freaking me out. So they all do their votes, and then right as Jeff says anybody has a hidden immunity idol, they have to play it now. And David steps up. Our skinny little David, who's been paranoid, has grown some cojones, people. He's grown some cojones. And steps up and says, Jeff, I'd like to say something. And how many of you in the chat room, and I want to know, how many of you thought he was leaving? I want to know. I'm going to take a moment. No. I'm going to take a moment. How many thought that he might be leaving? Maximus Law says, I told you David's the man. Yeah, I don't think I would have done that. David could be in trouble now, says Annie in the chat room. Annie also says, I did. Yeah, I thought he was leaving. I thought he was just going to leave the game. Because, you know, we see him more comfortable, but, you know, we're getting an edited version. So we don't know. BB fan Nina says, I thought Ken was leaving. I was a little scared that was happening too. Rod Carlson in the hospital waiting for his grandchild to be born says, nope, he didn't think David was leaving at all. Oh, that's interesting. Thanks for tuning in, Rod. We love you. New idol in play tonight. Yes. So we're going to jump to that. So David says, I'm playing the idol for Jessica. Now, this whole thing about Ken telling Jessica, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that your team, your alliance, they don't have your back. And so they want us to vote for you. And I'm just letting you know that. And Jessica just not getting it, right? Just, and we don't know what other side conversations are happening. We only get what CBS gives us. But we're trying to figure it out. Jessica is confused. Now David plays the idol on her behalf. I mean, if that doesn't tell you that these two men are not on your side, I don't know what does, right? What would you guys have done if you were in Jessica's place? Would you I would have melted. I would have said, Ken, where's my ring? I do. Even David. I was like, how you doing? David was looking better to me too. So, Jessica's face. Jessica kind of has that face that, you know, with kind of the wide-eyed, kind of bug-eyed looking, but they were bigger, right? They were much bigger last week. She was just sitting there, you know, but it was kind of like an anger. I don't know if I can do it. Kind of bug-eyed look. Yeah. So Shocking. So, and now they're reading the votes, which was insane. So we've got Ginger Chris, who was mad at Jessica because she kind of started the whole thing about voting out Paul. He voted for her. We also know that Brett voted for her too, because he also, like Chris, was mad that Jessica led that whole thing, and voted and placed a vote for Jessica. Lucy, we know, wanted to vote for Jessica because she was with Chris and Brett, so she voted for Jessica. Sunday, we didn't know what she was doing. Sunday was with Jessica. She was the vote that Ken was trying to get her to flip to vote for Lucy, and somehow they got to her because Sunday voted for Jessica also. And Ken, who was mad at Jessica for kind of ratting him out to the whole tribe and risked his game as far as leaving, he votes for Jessica. And then we've got Jessica votes for Cece. Where'd that come from? I guess she was just trying to vote for anybody but anybody in her so-called alliance and so-called possible alliance, which is Kendall and David. So Cece was the only one left. I think that's why she voted that way. And then we've got David, who voted for Lucy, and Cece. So David got Cece to vote his way. And all he needed was she needed 2 votes to leave. Holy crap. Can you believe how that happened? What is it going to be like later tonight? Maximus' mom says in the chat room, yes, the one CC vote. Yeah. So I think that's the way Jessica voted. Galvin Kiss, did I miss anything? No, we're just still recapping the last episode. If you were Jessica, having to go back to camp, knowing your whole alliance, everyone you thought was going to be on your side, voted to get you out. And the one person, one little scrawny little person, was a gentleman, saved your butt in the game. I mean, if that's not your alliance member now, I don't know what is. Maximus' mom says, I would clinch today. I would clinch to him too. Oh my gosh. He's her savior. Rod Carlson says, that was great. It was so great. So we know tonight that Survivor is not on in like 7 minutes because of the debates. We know that there's an idol in play now for Generation X. So I think a lot of people, it looks like it's going to be awkward, says Harmony tonight. It's going to be awkward for Jessica's alliance to sit there and she has to look at everybody knowing they voted for her, knowing, especially Sunday, voting for her. It's on, I hear, on the East Coast at 9 p.m. Eastern, Zach, right after the debates. I know. You might have to DVR it. It might be too late for you. We don't want to stay up too late. It's a school night. Going to be very awkward. We also, so they're going to be scrambling for an idol. There's a new idol at play. And then we also, too, know, because Generation X, unfortunately, is kind of getting decimated with having to vote out people. We're dropping the buffs tonight. So I'm excited to see who's going to be on what team. And if our showmance couple of Taylor and Figgy are going to be separated, right? That's his biggest fear. That's a millennial for you. His biggest fear isn't to win $1 million. It's to be separated from his showmance. See? Just living life happy. I'm telling you, it's like the Shakespeare play. It really is. It's just magic and feather and dust and just magic and light and love and all right. So hey guys, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna do my little closing. Thank you so much, everyone on YouTube, for watching our Survivor pre-party recap show. Please go to our website, check out all our Survivor content at yourrealityrecaps.com/Survivor. Also, too, if you want to help us out, become a patron. You can do that also through our website at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Every little bit helps. We love it. We love you guys. And I love Survivor. I'm loving the season of Survivor. And don't forget to check out our Survivor blog done by Melissa, the Dolphin Poet. It's so funny and so good. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love doing this show. You guys can call in next time if you want to. Let me know what you guys think of tonight's episode. Tweet me at Comedy Jonah. You can follow me all over social media at Comedy Jonah, and that's Comedy Jonah. Also, too, I have another comedy show that I'm doing in Seattle a week from tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can record it. It's not my show, but I'm going to see if I can record it because you patrons that are already a patron with Your Reality Recaps, you know that's one of your special shows, so we'll have that. I'll be able to tell you next week if I'm able to record it. So cross your fingers. It's going to be really funny. They're putting me in a toga. That's all I'm going to tell you. What? Yeah. Comedy in a toga. That's all I got to say. I tell you, it's going to be bananas. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining. Mwah, mwah. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening. Goodbye, everybody.